Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. My name is Melissa. This is Empowered Gems Tarot, and in today's reading, we are going to be looking into your next life chapter. So I'm going to be looking into what the next chapter looks like for you in your life as the energy stands today. And I'm also going to be using my Empowered Timing Oracle deck that I created to try to pinpoint a timeline as to when this next chapter will begin to unfold. So keep in mind with these general readings on YouTube, they are general and they're tapping into the collective energy of the viewers watching. So just remember that not everything within a specific reading is going to necessarily match everything within your specific personal situation, and that's totally normal. Totally okay. So as a best practice, as you are watching the video, as you're watching your selected reading in a moment, if anything feels confusing, if it doesn't feel like it's really fitting your unique situation that you know it to be, just take those as signs that it's not your message today, and the message is likely out there for someone else in the collective who chose the same reading as you. If you wanted to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is in the description box below. You can book a reading there. You can also purchase my decks through my website as well. But personal readings are a great way to get a more specific read on your own personal energy. Okay? Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and select your reading. So if you're drawn to reading number 1, we're working with the NYC Tarot deck and this clear quartz crystal. If you're drawn to reading 2, we're working with the After Tarot and this peach moonstone. If you're drawn to reading 3, we'll be working with the, what is this called? The Wild Reflections Tarot. Sorry, I always forget. And this pyrite crystal. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Go ahead and select the crystal or deck that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into your next chapter and what that's going to entail for you. If you guys were drawn to the clear quartz crystal and the NYC Tarot deck, this is going to be your message. So we're going to begin with the overall energy here, and I want to try to pinpoint kind of more clearly with this what this next move really entails for you, okay? And then we'll use the tarot and some additional oracle cards to kind of pinpoint more detail, okay, or what the energies look like. So group 1, we have the 6th house. We have the Imamkoli, the root, IC. We have journey, marriage, wow, okay. We have opportunities and home with the gate coming up. And we have freedom and action, the horse, wow. Okay, group 1. So what does this look like to me? So starting us off with the 6th house and the IC being here, whatever this next chapter entails for you, it's going to be centered around kind of your day-to-day routine. 6th house talks about our day-to-day routine, our health, our wellness. It can also talk about what we're doing for work every day because that is a big part of our day-to-day routine. So think like themes around work-life balance, sustainability of your routine and your health, and kind of how you're balancing all of your tasks. 6th house can also talk through pets too. So maybe pets could be part of this as well for some of you. But with the IC being here, to me, there's something here that is changing or that is coming up around home, family, privacy. The IC, as it says here on the card, root, right? So something about this, I feel, is connected to you guys planting roots. Okay, it has to do with something that's more sustainable, but more permanent. And this, this can also talk about like ancestry, lineage, things like that as well. So that could be a part of what you're building out in this next chapter that you're moving into. I do see marriage here. So some of you guys could be getting married in this next chapter or committing to someone more long-term in this next chapter. I also think with journey, this is also going to involve you moving or relocating or traveling for some of you. It definitely feels like there's some sort of opportunity here, some sort of door that's opening up for you, that's allowing you to move or relocate or travel, that's leading to you being able to kind of root yourself down and commit to a more sustainable life. And sustainable doesn't have to literally mean sustainable in like the eco-friendly sense. It's just talking about building a routine and a day-to-day that is more permanent and grounded and something that you can really balance well. Something about this as well with the horse is bringing you a sense of freedom. Like you can kind of run to this. You know, it's something that I think you guys are going to feel really passionately about. And so even though we have these energies here with the IC and marriage, which can be more permanent and talk about roots and commitments and things like that, there is still something here with this next chapter where you're going to feel like very free. But I feel like it's because whatever it is just feels really, really authentic to you. Okay, so let's keep going, group one. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this next chapter that my group one viewers are moving into? Let's see. Looks really beautiful so far. So we have Magician, Five of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Swords. Okay, we're getting the tea now. And we have the Lovers in reverse, with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, friends, so you know how it is. It's like tarot is always going to give us the blunt truth, and the oracle cards make it sound really nice and fluffy. So let's kind of layer this in and see what's happening. So some of the things that I see here for some of you guys is like there does appear to be some sort of an ending, I think, to maybe something that's more permanent in your life, with marriage being here. So I wouldn't be surprised with the Lovers in the reverse and the Ten of Swords if you guys are breaking up with someone or getting out of a marriage. And it makes sense with the Horse being here, which talks about freedom, right? So it could be that we're kind of freeing ourselves from commitments or relationships that are no longer serving us, allowing us to really move on and invest in our own well-being, our own health, our own sort of like day-to-day work and routine. And really, like, if a partner has been a part of your day-to-day routine for a long time, that is going to be a change, right? That is going to be a change to how you're operating. I do have to be honest, you guys. I think with this Magician in reverse, wherever you're going, even though I do see it as being a positive change for you with this door opening up and this travel and this movement, I definitely think with the Magician in reverse, there's going to be maybe a little bit of challenge to your confidence, right? To your skills. You know, maybe as you're moving through this change, as you're moving into this chapter, you guys just might feel like you don't yet have the skills and abilities to do what you feel that you need to do. But something about it, I think with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, is actually bringing you stability. It's bringing you support where maybe you didn't have it before. Because the Five of Pentacles can talk about when we're kind of down and out, we're left out in the cold. We need support, assistance, maybe financially things have been difficult, or maybe even we've been feeling sick, right? And so there's something here with the Five of Pentacles being in reverse, that this opportunity that's opening up for you, it's allowing you to feel a little bit more stable financially and just in general than you have before. I'm just looking at this. It almost feels like there's been some drama, or there will maybe be some drama that you guys are dealing with as it pertains to the relationship factor. And I think especially for some of you guys, if you have children with this person, roots with this person, or maybe even if it's just like family stuff and you're not married, but you know, again, the IC can talk about family and commitments to family too. Just with the Broadway scene being here, it just feels like, look, Ten of Swords, the musical, it feels like there's some sort of drama. But like the cool thing about that is it says Ten of Swords, the musical. So it's kind of makes me feel like in this next chapter, you're learning to transmute your pain into creativity, or transmute your pain, and sort of like you're getting through it by talking about it, you're getting through it by laughing about it, or maybe turning it into art in some form or fashion as well. So let's keep going. Group 1. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this next chapter for my beautiful Group 1 viewers? Next chapter for my Group 1 viewers, please, Spirit. Woman holding a coin. That's beautiful. What else? We have the thinking woman. Yeah, it's like with the two feminine energies that are here, I just kind of think that this next chapter is about you, you know, problem solving, studying, being logical, strategic about the way you're making moves, learning something with the thinking woman. The woman holding a coin is making me feel like whatever the opportunity is could be connected to your career. And again, there's something about it that's helping you to become more financially stable. And with the Magician in the reverse, you're learning some sort of new skills and abilities that are going to help you to build roots in the long term. It's just kind of making me feel like whatever is coming up for you, Group 1, it's coming like on the heels of some sort of an ending, which that is how chapters work, right? They end so that something can begin anew, but maybe it's something that's kind of pushing you out of your comfort zone a little bit, because you're like, maybe you're relocating or having to travel here. Maybe you're studying or having to learn some new things here. And it's like coming after a separation from something that you've been comfortable with, whether it's a marriage, a relationship, something that you've been committing yourself to here. Okay. But it's leading you to plant more stable roots and stable routines long term, right? It's like it's giving you some sort of freedom here. Freedom and flexibility where maybe you didn't have it before. All right, so let's keep going. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about Group 1's next chapter they're moving into? Okay, so we have two falling out of the deck. This is really interesting. So we have energy and we have study. See, there's something connected to studying here, learning something. A light inside my fire divine, energy fill me, make me shine. So with that Magician in reverse and energy, you're going to be getting your energy back, right? You're learning something here. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. Like, you're learning something here. You guys could be going to school or doing something that's allowing you to learn new skills that help you to feel more vibrant or that help you stand out more. It just kind of feels like when you guys first go into this, maybe with that Magician in reverse, you're a little low, like low energy because of whatever you've just been through. But there is a new opportunity here. With the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, there could be something connected to the past with this new opportunity, like moving back home or going back to where you grew up, maybe even like going back to an old job, something like that. So let's see. What else, Spirit, can you tell us about group one's next chapter? Okay, we do have perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Beautiful. One more. We have health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. Yeah, so it makes sense with the sixth house. Like, something about it is going to help you, I think, with your health and well-being and just your personal balance here. We have declutter. Declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. So maybe you're just kind of letting go of people in general who don't align with the new you, group one. So we're going to close it out with one of these cards for advice, and then we will pull your timeline and see when this is coming through, okay? Okay. Tell me, Spirit, about this new chapter for group one. We have rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you're feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. That's beautiful energy. Yeah, it's like something about this is allowing you to rediscover your spark, your passion, the things that make you light up inside. Group one. There's definitely something connected to studying and like expanding your mind. Okay, so let's take a look and see when this chapter might be coming in for you. So Spirit, when is this likely to start for group one as the energy stands today? When is this chapter coming in for group one? We have 6 to 12 weeks, and at the bottom of the deck, we have 1 to 4 weeks. So I would say in the next month, 1 to 3 months, you guys are going to start getting this energy hitting you, okay? So really interesting, group one. Comment below. Let me know a little bit about what's been happening with you and what you think this next chapter is going to bring in. I'll see you guys in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey group two, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the peach moonstone crystal, this is going to be your message, and we're going to be looking into your next big life chapter. We're also going to be using my deck, the Empowered Timing Oracle, to kind of see when this next chapter might be coming through for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in, group two. So overall energies, we've got Sagittarius. We have Venus, okay. We have Community. We have Pathway. We have Scarab, Nourishment and Transformation. That's beautiful. And we have Love, the Heart. Love and New Love. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous energy, group two. So just looking at the overall energies here, the first thing that I'm kind of drawn to is the pathway. So what I want to say about this is that this one does have like a timeline attached to it. I believe it's like 2 to 3 years or 2 to 5 years. So I think this next chapter that you guys are getting ready to move into is going to be some like theme, major theme in your life that spans over a little bit longer period of time, 2 to 5 years. And I think with the butterflies here, it's going to be bringing about really, really beautiful and abundant changes in your life as well. I definitely feel that this is connected to love with Venus and the heart energy being here. Venus has to do with love. It also has to do with money, value, things of that nature. And you have community here as well. So it may not necessarily only be limited to romantic love, but all types of love, right? Who's in your community? Who's in your inner circle, your family, your support system? Things of that nature could be significant during this time as well. With Sagittarius being here, this is a really beautiful energy of expansion. Sagittarius is connected to travel, higher education, higher learning, philosophy, religion, spirituality, pondering the meaning of life, right? All the things. It's an exploratory energy. So you guys could be traveling a lot. You could be studying somewhere, studying abroad, things like that, or just kind of generally expanding your mind through connecting with different people within your circle, your social circle, your community, and things like that. I think with the Scarab, this is going to be a really nourishing and transformative time for you guys. Definitely feels really abundant, and it feels like you're being able to call in some really positive change, okay, over a long-term period of time. So let's see what else Spirit can tell us about this change. Group 2. Next chapter, Spirit, for Group 2. Three of Cups, beautiful energy. We have the Moon. Page of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, and then we have the Wheel at the bottom. So definitely kind of a turn of fate here, like a destined change that the universe is kind of naturally pushing you into or guiding you into. It feels gentle. It doesn't feel super abrupt, so nothing to worry about. But it is fated. It is destined, and I think things are just kind of moving very naturally and evolving naturally for you on your path. So definitely see confirmation here with this Three of Cups that this next chapter is going to involve friendship. It's going to involve fun, community, kind of finding your inner circle of friends or people that are in your support system. And the Three of Cups, it's definitely a very fun, lighthearted energy. You see they're partying, they're drinking, they're enjoying themselves, right? So I see that coming through really strongly for you, and it's clarified here by the community card that we had. Now, one thing that I want to say, guys, is with the Moon being here, I do think that the next chapter, there are going to be sort of times where the path isn't fully clear, right? You've got this pathway opening up for you. And again, remember I was saying that pathway card points to a time frame of 2 to 5 years, right? So not everything is always going to be abundantly clear to you. You're going to move through periods of ambiguity during this time where you're really going to be guided to trust in your intuition, You're not always going to be given the answers to everything or have all the details worked out before you're going to be able to make moves and make decisions moving forward. Something that's really interesting, though, about this Moon card that stands out to me is, we have like the animals here, the dogs, the lobster coming out. It's kind of like they're reacting to the energy of the full moon, kind of acting a little bit wild. And this I see as your energy of just being really calm and really trusting and really like in your power. It's giving High Priestess energy. So I do think that during this time, through your travels, through connecting with other people, through your studies, whatever it is that you're doing, you're expanding your mind, but you're also learning to trust your intuition and stand in your power when it comes to like making decisions based off of your intuition. One thing that is coming up, Group 2, and take this as it resonates for you, but the Moon can sometimes talk about mental health stuff. I've also seen it come up with alcoholism too. So with the Three of Cups, this can definitely be a party energy where we're drinking, we're having a good time. This may not be for everybody, but just watch your relationship with alcohol if that's something that you guys know that you're working on, because I feel like that could come up for you during this chapter. But again, if that's something you guys are working on, I think that it's something that's going to be changing for you, okay, as you're on this path. You're learning a lot during this next cycle with the Page of Pentacles. You guys could be, again, studying, becoming an intern in some capacity. It really almost feels like some of you guys are going to college. Like that's kind of the vibe I get from this reading with the friendship, the alcohol discussion we're having, like the Sag energy. Like I could see that being, it makes sense with the time frame too. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case for some of you guys going to college, internship, university, whatever it is for you. But you are going to be learning a lot during this time. Maybe learning a little bit about money with Venus being here. Page of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles are both connected to our finances. The Six of Pentacles can talk about being fair and balanced in our resources. And I almost wonder for some of you with this community energy, this heart-centered energy, this card can talk about generosity, right? So I wonder if some of you guys are going to be doing community-based work or volunteer work. Even when I look at this, I can see in this community card, the people here at the front, they look like, see the little boy, he's outgrown his pants. Like you can tell that they don't have a lot of resources. So it just makes me wonder if that's going to be a part of your story, group 2. Community-based work, volunteer work, social work, things like that could be significant here for sure. Okay. So let's see, what else, Spirit, can you tell us about this next chapter for group 2? Next chapter, please, Spirit, for group 2. We have journey. Yes. So you're kind of going off like with Sag. You guys are going somewhere. You're traveling somewhere. You're moving somewhere. You're relocating. You're exploring. Love that. We have the World. So beautiful, you guys. And with anxiety in reverse, I love seeing that. No stress. It's giving the full energy in the tarot. Like it feels like you guys are just kind of diving into some really amazing new experience here. The world is telling me that the world is at your feet, right? You know that with this next new chapter, it's going to be opening up a lot of opportunity for you. Lots of different choices, decisions, paths that you can take. Again, I feel like some of you guys are traveling the world, literally getting to explore through the energy of travel. And that would make sense too with the moon, where it's kind of like maybe you don't always have a clear plan of where you're going next and why. You know what I mean? But this is definitely going to be something that with Pathway and the World, it opens up a lot of opportunity for exploration for you, group 2. Six of Pentacles can also be getting financial assistance yourself. So think like loans, donations, some sort of aid, financial aid. Tell us more, please, Spirit, about this next chapter. We have divine guidance. Whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind. That makes so much sense with the moon, right? Again, you are learning through this next phase how to trust your gut, how to trust your intuition, listening to the messages that you receive from your inner world to guide you. We have creativity. By all above and all below, let me connect, let creativity flow. And then we have knowledge here. So studying, learning, all significant. You guys could be, with Venus here, there could be something really beautiful that you're creating during this time as well. Something that earns you money. Something that, like art or so just something creative that you're making, that you're working on here. Okay. What else, Spirit? We have love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision. So love life stuff is coming through as well. I don't necessarily see like that there's a exclusive relationship showing up significantly, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to date, right? I almost feel like some of you guys are going to meet and connect with people through your community Communication, a reunion could bring love or rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Yeah. Definitely seems to be more of a friendship-centered focus. But look, we do have romance. Love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high for those seeking connection. So yeah, I definitely think the opportunity is out there for you. I think you guys are going to be exploring different options on this next chapter as you are kind of learning about yourselves and learning about what you're looking for in a partner, group 2. So let's see. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about any advice that we have for group 2 to close us out. And then we'll look at your timeline. We have persistent drive. See what you desire and move toward that goal. It's time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. Exactly. So again, you guys are going after something. You're taking a leap of faith with this journey card being here. But that message about trusting your intuition, divine guidance, the moon, it keeps coming through as like a really, really core theme for you on this next path. So let's take a look, group 2, and we're just going to see when this next chapter is likely to start unfolding for you. And again, I feel like with that pathway, it is going to be like a longer term sort of story in your life over the course of a couple years at least. Let's see when it starts unfolding. We have summer. So the summer season, and then we have a few weeks from now at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like for some of you, this has already started, this previous summer that we're coming out of in the Western Hemisphere. Look at this. Your intuition has the answers. The Spirit keeps pointing to your intuition. But it looks like a few weeks from now, you guys are going to be starting the process of transitioning into this next phase. So I hope you guys enjoy it, group 2. It looks like it's going to be bringing a lot of really awesome times for you. Fun, exploration, community connections, dating, all the things. So comment below, group 2. Let me know what you have planned and what you think this next chapter is going to entail for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Pyrite Crystal and the Wild Reflections Tarot deck, this is going to be your message. And today we're going to be looking into your next chapter and what that is going to entail for you in life. We're also going to be looking toward the end at when the energy is going to be coming through for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into the overall energies. So we're starting off with the energy of retrograde. We have solar calm, clarify. Okay, pretty clear messages there. We have the privileged lady. We have toil and labor. We've got cycles. And we have success and pride, the crown. Okay. So we'll get more insight here in a minute with the tarot group 3, but let's just kind of start with these energies here. Definitely with retrograde and solar calm, I would say that this next chapter is going to bring up an opportunity for you guys to be able to kind of reevaluate something in your life. And with solar calm, I think this is actually really nice. It's a positive sign. Now, it all depends on how you look at it, positive and negative or subjective terms. If you guys are coming into this reading and you're wanting things to be moving fast, or you're wanting some sort of big energy to come through, we're going to take a look in a minute, but it just kind of feels with these two cards centering us that it's like not really going to be the time where there's a lot of crazy activity happening, right? It feels like this is a time where you all are being guided to kind of rest, review, and not necessarily make any big moves or make any big decisions here, okay? Now, we do have the privileged lady coming up, which is a really nice energy because this sort of points to being comfortable, like being in a position of privilege or being in a position where your needs are met, You've got everything you need. Maybe financially, you guys are doing pretty well. It's interesting that we have the toil and labor with it, though, because to me, these are very different energies, right? So maybe there is something about this next chapter where you're going to be feeling pretty comfortable and supported and privileged in certain aspects, but there's still kind of this exhaustion that's here with toil and labor, because this card talks about doing work that we don't really like doing, right? It feels exhausting to us. It's hard. In this card, it's actually like manual labor, which I know some people like doing that, but it's just kind of a metaphor to illustrate that there's something about your work, I think, in this next chapter that feels just maybe a little bit draining, exhausting, or that it's not super emotionally resonant to you, but maybe it's paying the bills. Okay. I think whatever you're doing in this next chapter, you're doing it well, right? You're in your power. You're showing up here as being successful. There might be something here connected to your pride that's activated. We'll take a look as we get into the tarot to see what that's about. But there's definitely a change that's coming, right? There's some sort of new change, some sort of new cycle that you guys are moving into that's going to allow you to, I think, be comfortable, but it's also like a period where we're reviewing and reassessing and really asking ourselves if this is the right place, right, for us. Okay, so let's see. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about group 3's next chapter? Five of Pentacles. Okay. The World. Wow. Five of Cups. The Devil. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This definitely feels like it's connected to work, group 3. And I feel like what's going on here is that it's like there's something with this devil energy where I feel like whatever you guys are doing, it just doesn't feel like it's maybe fully aligned with your values. You guys could be in like a toxic work environment. And to be honest, with the solar calm energy, it doesn't necessarily feel like it has to be anything that's overly crazy. It's just that with the devil, there's some sort of an attachment to it because it brings you money, right? It's like it's bringing you the privileged energy that you want or that you're looking for. Maybe it pays well. Maybe it doesn't with the Five of Pentacles. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But it just kind of feels like there's something about your work environment where it just doesn't align with your values. There's something toxic about it, even if it's not overt, that it causes disappointment and sadness, and it causes you to feel drained and exhausted, even though maybe on the surface it's not the worst of the worst. Maybe it is for some of you. I definitely see you guys like working hard here. And we have the Six of Swords here, so there's sort of this energy of moving on to something calmer, which we're getting here with the solar calm. I almost wonder if you guys are going from this energy of privileged lady of being really comfortable to some sort of chapter closing where maybe you don't feel chosen, or maybe you feel left out, or maybe you feel like you've been dropped in some way. I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, I'm really drawn to the lit up door here. Like there's some sort of opportunity that is available to you that you guys might not fully be seeing for some of you. I just get this feeling that you guys like hold yourselves in really high regard with the privileged lady, with the crown. you hold yourselves in really high regard. And I feel like whatever is unfolding for you might feel a little bit like it's beneath you, or it might feel a little bit like it's not really aligned. It's not really what you want. There's definitely a chapter closing, right? But it's bringing in disappointment. It's bringing in sadness, grief, feelings of loss with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Definitely challenging energies here. But again, there's something connected to wherever you are. I really feel like this is about your work, group 3, where it's like you're still kind of stuck there, keeping yourself stuck there. Even though maybe deep down you know that you're here, it's paying your bills, but it's not like aligned with your values. You're working hard, right? So again, this chapter that you're moving into is really about you reviewing things, getting clarity on what you want to do, where you want to be. Is where you're at really the right fit for you as you move forward? So let's see. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us about this next chapter for group 3? Yin and yang. Okay. And we have man holding a coin. Yeah, see, it's like, I don't feel like you guys are like losing a job or anything. It doesn't feel like the Five of Pentacles can talk about that. It doesn't necessarily feel that way because there's still something attaching you here. And we have man holding a coin, which can talk about like, this can be like a boss, a leader, leadership energy. It can also talk about, financial security and support. And I see that with the privileged lady as well. But it almost just feels like with yin and yang coming up here. Actually, I want to look in the guidebook at this because I think in the upright, it is the yin energy. But let me just double check which one is being emphasized when it's upright. Yeah, so energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface. Exactly. Okay. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion with the world, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. That is what's going on. You guys are being pushed into a yin cycle. A cycle where it's time to kind of chill out for a second and really get clear on what it is that you want. And it could be that there's some sort of external circumstance that pushes you into this retrograde, this clarifying period. Maybe some of you guys have been wanting to get like a promotion, or you've been wanting some sort of new role and it's just not been happening for you. I think there is a need to slow down first, to really assess whether or not you're wanting what you think you want. Okay, let's see what else we have. I'm so sorry, group 3. This definitely seems like a little bit tougher energy, but as you know, there are always ups and downs in life, and not everything is always going to be perfect and rainbows and sunshine all the time, What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this next chapter for group 3? We have strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. Okay. Maybe physically some of you guys are working on your strength, but I think this is just talking about the inner strength and fortitude to make it through whatever you're going through here. Whoops. We have true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. Maybe there's something connected to your love life here too that you're reevaluating during this time. Definitely could be the case. Maybe there's something with this man holding a coin that you're manifesting this type of partner. But even if this is not connected to romance, because I feel like for most of you guys, this is like work stuff. This is about calling in a role that really aligns to your heart space in a way that whatever you're doing now just doesn't. Okay. So let's continue. Group 3. What else, Spirit, can you tell us about what is next in this new chapter for Group 3? Okay. We have health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. So that's a silver lining. Definitely feel with that strength card. Some of you guys could be like working on your physical strength and your physical body during this time as well. We have major life change. Time is right for major life changes as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. You see, I just think that whatever this chapter is that's starting off for you, Group 3, you're getting ready to make a big change. I almost feel like this is the in-between because you're in that review period where things are calm. Maybe it doesn't feel like there's a lot happening. There are some disappointments here, but I feel like it's helping you guys to get more clear about what you really want moving forward. Because I feel like even though where you're at right now, it's like fine in the sense that it's paying the bills, you are living a certain comfortable life, whatever. I don't think it's really aligned with your values long term, whatever this is you're doing, right? So we are in a period of calm and rest so that we can pivot and make a bigger, better change for ourselves moving forward. We also have commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. There's definitely something here with this man holding a coin and success, right? Like I wonder if some of you guys are moving into some sort of a leadership role at work. And I don't know why it would be causing disappointment. Maybe it's just not panning out the way that you thought it would. But it feels like there is something about stepping up into like a leader role here. Okay. So Spirit, what else? Let's get one more message of advice here and then we'll pull your timeline, Group 3. We have take notes. Your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Okay, so I think that there is something being offered here to you, Group 3. And so we have this retrograde energy, this solar calm energy, and Spirit is saying like, whatever is being offered to you, you need to calm block away the external noise so that you can properly hear and understand what's being offered to you here and really assess whether or not it's the right fit for you. The other piece of it too is like, this is talking about trusting your own instincts, right? Maybe other people have opinions about what you're doing or where you're at or what's going on. Maybe other people see it differently. They think it's good or bad or whatever. All that really matters is what you think and feel, Group 3. And so quieting those external voices is going to allow you to really pay attention to the clear answers that are being given all around you. Okay, so Let's close it out, group 3, and we're just going to see when this next chapter is going to be likely hitting you, okay? We have April. So April, spring season. We do have the energy of Sagittarius season at the bottom of the deck as well. So maybe there's an undertone of this starting to kind of pick up this upcoming Sag season during the winter, when you least expect. Yeah. So there's something about it that maybe you don't expect it coming. And then things really start unfolding more during the April timeline. Okay. So this is what I see, group 3. Comment below. Let me know what is happening with you and what you think this next cycle is about. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading soon. Bye.